Hi guys, we are coming with another interview in Hockey Mania around the world. Today we are going to talk to Vivek Prasad, drummer of the band Amorphia from India. Vivek, it's a pleasure for me to talk to you. Welcome to Hockey Mania.
Same here. Yep.
Vivek, Amorphia is from 2012. Is that it? Tell us
Yes.
how the band started.
So we had a band previously before Amorphia. So me and the guitarist Vasichandran used to jam regularly for the band. We were in the college, so we met in college and we formed the band and we were jamming all the covers like everyone do, Metallica and Maiden and all the stuffs. But the original material of us came in around 2012 when we released our first single called Master of Death. So we were so much into bands like Sodom, Creator, and all those German Teutonic thrash metal bands. So which heavily drive us forward to create a thrash metal song. So so officially we named the band Amorphia with the release of the Master of Death. Yep.
Who are the band members nowadays?
Now we have Vasichandran on guitars and vocals. He is the frontman of the band, and I play drums. So we both form the band together. And now the bass is handled by Faizan Maki.
Your most recent official album is from last year, Lethal Dose. Tell us about
Yes.
its work.
Uh, Lethal Dose is a third album. So we have put a lot of effort into this album because this is the first analog production that we did, the complete analog production that we did in Montosonic Studios, a studio in Ottapalam, Kerala. So this is the most brutal and fast album that we have ever recorded. In, and and during the pandemic, like me and the guitarists were jamming around since we don't have much shows. So after our second Japan tour, we started jamming on new songs for Lethal Dose because there were no shows, like we were getting very stuck at that point of time. So we need this stuff to keep going. So writing new stuff and recording and putting an album out. So that's why the Lethal Dose came up. So and we changed the theme a little bit to medical kind of medical surgeries and psychotic issues with or mental sickness and all the stuff. So that's why the Lethal Dose came up.
You are going to release a live album, Southern
Yep.
Slaughter. Tell us about it.
Yeah, Southern Soldier is the first gig that me and my guitarist organized. So our organization is called Into the Pit. So um that was the first gig, and it was a huge success actually. And we always have a dream of doing a live album. So and because the bands we played with during our Japan tour, and they have inspired us a lot for creating the live album. So it contains our full set actually, 1.5 hours set. So which includes the songs from the first album, Arms to Death, Merciless Strike, and Lethal Dose. So we thought like, yeah, we will do a live album. So we had to do live album at some point of time. And yeah, so we thought like it's the first live album, so thought like we will do it in the gig that we organized. So yeah, that's what we did. Yep.
You play in India and other countries too.
Yes, yes. We played in Japan twice. We toured Japan twice. So first tour was in 2019, followed by 2020, and we are going this year as well, 2023, the third Japan tour.
In 2020, you released Merciless Strike. What can you say about this album?
Yeah, this is the album that we evolved ourselves musically from Arms to Death, and this album is really we have worked on the parts like lyrically and the theme wise. The album is top notch for me. So and I feel it's Lethal Dose is a little bit towards the brutal side of thrash metal, and Merciless Strike contains all elements that's needed for thrash metal albums, and which got us like heavily influenced by bands of like Sodom, Tapping the Vein album. So that's how Merciless Strike came up.
Your first album is Armed to Death from
Yep,
2018. What comes to your mind
exactly.
about this record?
That's the first album, so we have put a lot of efforts into that album. At that point of time, that is the best efforts that we did to create thrash metal sound so musically, and that was the first DIY album that we released. So, and Awakening Records again reissued the same album with our first demo, and it is so special for us because we worked a lot on it, and all the promotions, everything was on DIY. So that album has extended to a point that we got signed to a good record label in later point of time. So it that always remains special to us, especially the songs like Necromancer, Toxic Death, everything.
Vivek, what moments do you consider the most important in Amorphia's trajectory?
Oh, like this in this moment, I feel like Japan tour is coming up in September. So, and also we are playing BOA in April 1st, this in next month. There's Bangalore open air with bands like Mayhem and also Pestilence. So it's a great honor to share stage with those big bands and big open airs. Yeah, so we really look forward for the Japan tour with bands like Strike Master and old Holy Terror. Now they are called Mind Wars. So looking forward to it. So Japan is fully packed tour. So we have only 2 off days in the entire tour. So it's going to be mad this time, and can't wait to play the new album live, the full set.
How is the heavy metal scene in India? Places to make shows, media support, etc.
Yeah, I think Bangalore is the best place for metal in India because they have that culture from long time right now. So there are like old bands like Dying Embrace, Cryptos. So they're still keeping it alive and keep it going. The bands like Cryptos, they're doing Europe tour every time, and yeah, they keep the scene really alive. Bangalore, I would say, the hub of metal in India, and we are from the south. We are from Kerala in a small city called Alleppey. I think this is the first metal band from Alleppey. so uh, the direction, the problem is that the band should have the direction to release the records and move forward. So there are a lot of talents in our country, but what they lack is the releasing of the albums and keeping it going. So they lack influences. So because of the less local bands that we have in the scene, so yeah, so happy that now the scene is getting really good and we have a lot of bands putting in the effort and releasing new albums every year. And to mention, uh, there are really good bands like Chaos is there. Chaos is another thrash metal band from Kerala, and Cryptos. There were bands like Dvesha and Bevasi, Empyreans. All these bands have put out nice records, and their scene is really growing in India actually. There is a heavy metal scene in every part of India right now. Northeast, Kerala, South, Bangalore, and Hyderabad. Bands like Against Evil. So there is a really good scene. Hmm. In all the genres, we have different bands across the country. Really good, and the gigs are happening really very frequent nowadays. That's also really super in India.
Do you have fans of the band, the people that going to the concerts?
Yes, yes. We have actually the biggest festival, Bangalore Open Air, that's happening right now in April 1st. So it has been happening for a long time. So we have biggest big bands like Creator, Slayer. Slayer haven't played in Bangalore Open Air, but Slayer have played in Bangalore. So and right now I think Bangalore Open Air will be packed like 3,000 people for sure. So it is a big festival. So there are fans coming in for us also. For every shows we will have Amorphia fans coming in and doing all the stuff. So we have people here who do all these stuffs, and it's really good, really good. So we have a bond between ourselves, like a brotherhood, that we keep it doing it forward, and we have a good grind scene as well in Bangalore. All the genres are going in a perfect manner here in Bangalore, so that's what I like with the city.
Do you have a formal job or do you live just from?
Yeah. I work in corporate IT job, software engineer.
Don't you live just from the band?
It's difficult in India because you can't survive with band's income here. So um, band's income will be used for the band's recording and touring and all the stuffs, but you can't live with the band's income here because the scene is not that developed here to get that money to survive ourselves. Because we have families and we have to keep going forward in our lives as well to balance with the music that we have. Yeah, so it's a little difficult to pay our bills with the bands if you are playing in a metal band alone. So if you want to make income, you can play in commercial bands and do some shows like wedding gigs and stuff. But a little bit touches our integrity to do that or ego, whatever, to play that concerts because yeah, we love creating music every time and we like to build that culture slowly whatever it is in our country so that other bands get inspired from us to create the music and have their own fan base. But the good thing is whatever fan base we have, even if it is small, they support each other and they get their merches and they attend the shows, CDs, everything. So it's good, but slowly it's growing. But can't risk the job for for the band at the moment because it's a little risky in India.
And bands for other countries that you like.
I like bands like Sodom, then Creator, then Demolition Hammer, then speed metal bands like Iron Angel, then Master, then a lot of bands, a lot of bands I like. Yeah, Violence, a lot of Sacred Reich, everyone. Yeah, my main influence is like Dave Lombardo and Lombardo, Igor Cavalera, and yeah, those guys have influenced me a lot, especially in the first two albums. Lethal Dose is Igor Cavalera. So yeah, especially when we play fast steps, we follow Sepultura's pattern that they have created in the albums like Beneath the Remains and Arise and all Morbid Vision. So it's like uh, very driving forward albums for us to play really fast thrash metal music. So yeah, Igor has been a great influence for me. Then after that is Dave Lombardo. So with his fast fills and all the stuff which I try to add in my own songs, especially in Merciless Strike albums. So yeah, these are the two main influences. Then from learning point of view, I listen to drummers like Derek Brody and all those very fast blast beat drummers as well. Yeah, Pete Sandoval, of course. Yeah, he's a legend.
Do you rehearsal every week, every month?
Right now, we jam every weekend because when we were in our hometown Alapi, right now everyone is in Bangalore. So when we were in hometown back in Alapi, we used to jam regularly every day. Like I'll come from work every night. We used to jam, me and my guitarist, like for 2 hours, creating new stuffs and all. So, uh, but that was we were young during that time. So after that, then we moved out to cities and we have day jobs, very hectic day jobs. So it became a little difficult for us to jam every day. And we have the albums ready. So now right now we jam like every weekend, working on new material as well as jamming all songs, preparing for gigs and everything. Yep. So that's how it goes. Because in cities, big cities like Bangalore, it's difficult to travel from each other's places to come to jam room and practice. Earlier in our village, we have our own jam pad, which is very close to everyone's home, so we can come in the weekends, have party and jam and all that stuff. But right now, it's difficult in the cities. But yeah, we keep doing the stuffs and we create stuffs. So it's good.
What are your plans for the next months, next days, the plans of the band, of you?
Yep, it's always the plan to ready work on new music and create new albums. And we are working hard on hitting Europe. So probably next year we are trying hard to get to Europe. And yep, we love playing the music. And as long as we get more shows and play music, that's the best that we can do. So as well as we are working on the new album, so we'll record it maybe next year by December or November.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that's the plan. New album, yeah.
Do you have a dream for you, something that you imagine in the future? Oh, I play in Brazil, maybe. Do you
Yeah,
have?
yeah, for sure. Actually, we have a great amount of fans from Latin America and towards that side, like Mexico, Brazil, Argentina, Colombia. We are getting lot of merch sales. If you take the Bandcamp statistics, we can see lot of sales are coming from South America and that side of the country. So, but it's a little bit hectic for us to travel there and do a tour because we are from India to this side. Traveling to America and doing a tour is very far for us, but we are trying, and that's the like I have a dream to play in South America and Latin America for sure. Then the short term dream will be like playing in Europe and doing a proper successful tour, because getting success in Europe is a little bit, we need more hard work, because we are coming from India, not like the other European bands. And to get more shows in Europe is a little bit challenging for us, but yeah, we can do it. But one time we go, I am definitely sure like we can do it every year for sure. So that's the short term goal that we have. Yeah, and playing in biggest festivals like Keep It True festivals, Up the Hammers, that's happening in Europe. So that is a dream. Yeah, Keep It True, we really like to play one time in the Keep It True festival. So so it's the most really prestigious festival that we are looking forward to play. Yeah.
Nolan Lewis from the band Queen
Yes.
was the guy who recommended Amorphia to us. Now it's
Oh,
your turn. Which band and from which country would you recommend to participate in Rock Mania around the world?
I will recommend Helio Night from Bahrain. So those guys are really good thrash metal, like black thrash, kind of punkish, like the early Sodom. Really good band. We have played a couple of shows with them in Bahrain as well as in Dubai. Really good band. I recommend that band to you. From Bahrain, is a Middle East country, and you have a really good band there.
Vivek Prasad, it was a pleasure for me to be talking to you. Thank you
Yeah,
for your time, and Rock Mania is always available for you. Thank you.
thank you for sure. Thank you. Yeah.